Hello and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon to new moon next August 2020. I'm your reader, Angelo Lyons. Now for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, and Venus in Libra sign. Yay, yay, yay. Hi, my subscribers. Welcome back. Oh, I love you guys so much. I know so many of you Libras are in the Angelo Lyons Mal for short private Facebook group, and hi. But for those of you who aren't and have no interest, that are still my subscribers, thank you for supporting me on my journey. You know, the ones in the Facebook group. I stream every day there, you know, Facebook live stream, just to check in. We do little astrological stuff, you know, and it's a lot of fun. But for those of you who are not, I really do appreciate you supporting me on my YouTube journey. I know we use that word journey way too much, but this has been a real journey for me. Looking back over this past year, though I've had my YouTube channel for what, like 4 years now, it's only been since summer solstice 2019 that I started doing readings. So, you know, nothing like looking back, and now we're getting ready for Lughnasadh Lammas on August 1st, 2nd. So, you know, another turn of the wheel of the year. It's been a really fun thing. So thank you so much for your love, support, following along, liking, subscribing, all of, you know, the comments, the positive feedback has just been wonderful, not to mention all the clients I've been getting from around the world, which is really cool. So if you're new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, because I'm trying to put out content pretty much every day, though I do burn out like everybody else. And do feel free to comment if any of this resonates, because we're about to do a what? A general 7-card draw. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Every YouTuber says that, apparently. Well, that reads cards. But a 7-card draw. Pulling one card from 7 different divination systems to get you some clarity, guidance, and grace about this new waning moon. We're about to go into the full moon in in Aquarius, because the sun's in Leo. Full moon in Aquarius, August 3rd. Now it's 11:59 a.m. It's the corn moon, so you take that for what it's worth. But at 11:59 a.m., it's like 1 minute to noon. So if you're wanting to do your full moon on the waxing side, I would suggest doing your magic, your intention work, whatever you're going to do on Sunday night, unless you've got Monday off and can get up early in the morning. If that is not the case, then have at it, right? Because we're looking at the waning moon from this full moon to the new moon in Leo, which is on Tuesday, August 18th, 10:42 p.m. So if you want to do your magic, your intention, whatever for new moon, wait until, this is all Eastern time, I'm in New York, then you really want to look at doing that probably the next day, right? Like on a Wednesday, so you get more of that waxing moon, and I'll have readings for those too when we get there. Cool. Otherwise, What Do I Need read is actually pretty simple. It's asking the divine, 7 different ways asking the divine what it is that you need, and I'll call out what each deck does if you are new to this, just to explain. And because, you know, you're an air sign, you like to have the data. I understand that. Otherwise, all you really have to do is focus on the breath. Air sign that you are, focus on your breath. You'll see me do it too, so that I can stay in the present moment, getting you the clarity, guidance, and grace necessary, that, well, whatever comes through, and you can stay in the present moment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because sometimes it's not your reading, right? And then the mind will do gymnastics to make it fit, and pay attention down here, right? Heart, gut, you know, how that feels down there. That's really where resonation tends to work, because the mind can make anything work sometimes. All right, let's rock and roll. Take a nice deep breath. All the decks that I read are in the description box at the very bottom. I do give good description box Virgo that I am. So let's dive in. I'm going to talk to my collective pantheons through the Daughters of the Moon. I'll get there. Caroline Mace archetype deck. I love Caroline Mace. I think you would too if you check her out. She's a tough cookie, but she's good. She's the best. Let's see what dominant archetype you are dealing with in yourself, another, in a situation, or all of those combined, right? For this full moon to new moon next from my collective pantheons. This is all of them at once. Ready? Here we go. Exposition done. Let's get down to work, my collective pantheons, please. One card in clarity for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the dominant archetype that they most need to be aware of and alchemize from lead to gold? The soul power they need to develop from toxic to healthy, from shadow to light. For this full moon in Aquarius to this new moon next in Leo, August 2020, please leave it in my hand. And we're looking at, wow, the Messiah archetype. There's one you don't see every day. Woo, the Messiah archetype. Now, it's not exactly what you think. Archetypes, when you look at them straight on, usually don't fit. I mean, unless you're a healer and, you know, you get the healer archetype, something like that. The artist, and you're an artist. The Messiah, I know, it's a little heavy, right? Well, and keep in mind, there's the shadow and the light, the toxic and the healthy, the lead and the gold. And why I do these particularly for the waning moon is because lead and gold on the periodic table are separated by 3 atoms, but lead has 3 more atoms than gold, so 3 things have to be given up, metaphorically, symbolically speaking, hence the waning moon. So a good time for you to do this. The shadow attribute of the Messiah, you ready for this? Exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Well, that has a little taste of the martyr in it too, doesn't it? Just dragging that cross behind you wherever you go. At least put training wheels on that thing. Dragging it through the sand can't be easy. So keep that in mind, right? That's you. That's someone you're dealing with over this new moon. This waning moon to new moon in Leo. Or it's a situation that you're dealing with in general. And remember, it takes all of us to get through this. No man is an island. That means no woman, right? We're all doing the best that we can, and we're all in this together. The light attribute, though, is so genius on this one, the way she wrote it. Serving humanity with humility. Serving humanity with humility, which is to say, I alone do nothing. Right? I am just a vehicle. I am just a channel. You know, people want to put me up on a pedestal. I'm like, I'm not the Messiah. I'm a Dionysus archetype. You do not want me to be your Messiah, right? I think Messiah means messenger, anyway. No, angel means messenger. Messiah. It means savior. The words. I'm a Virgo with a good vocabulary. So to really get with that humility, to know that you don't know, when people try and do, oh, you're all, I'm like, I'm not all knowing. I am just the channel in the vessel, right? And we're all in this together. And when I read people for filth personally, and they're like, oh my God, I'm like, it's them. They're ratting you out. They're just passing around my mic, like my crown chakra, like it's open mic night, right? So keep your eye on this Messiah, because you'll know inside of you if you have an exaggerated belief that you're the only way things can work out. Like, you will just know that. That's a repetitive thing. That wouldn't happen just once, right? So keep an eye on that. If it's never popped up before, an archetype can be reason, season, or lifetime, right? But this might not be you. This might be someone else, the situation that you're in, or any combo, right? So that's the archetype you need to alchemize. Oh, and here's my son, Melchior. Hi, honey. You gonna lay down, help mama work? Ground the energy, my Taurus kitty. He's so freaking cute. I'll bite his ears off. I won't. Because then he would be asymmetrical, and we can't have that. Can we, Libra? Lay down, sweetheart. Mama loves you. Breathe. We are going to talk to the angels, my angels and archangels. That was a rush. My angels and archangels, like plugging in, sticking my toe in a light socket. My angels and archangels, please, one card in clarity for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the healing angel from the Healing with the Angels Oracle deck that this Libra watching this needs to be aware of and call upon, right? The Healing with the Angels Oracle. So there's an angel saying, for this situation, I am here to help, but you have to make the call. The call always has to come from the 3rd dimension, but, you know, you can just go, oh my God, help me. And the angels are Johnny on the spot that way. But, you know, it's good to know who's working with you if you want to ask, right? So let's do this. Who is the perfect healing angel that this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign may call upon this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo, August 2020? Why do you do it? Power. Okay? Power. This is about your empowerment, and that would make sense with such a high divine family archetype like the Messiah. So this is about power. Is it shared power? Is it spiritual power? Because, you know, just because it's a divine family archetype doesn't mean that this couldn't be financial. Like, I am the only one. There can only be one, right? So power. Now this would say that there is a healing of a power dynamic in your life too. So maybe you're dealing with somebody. Or maybe you really do have to turn this over to the divine and say, hey, thy will be done. For the well-being of all and harming none as I will it, so let it be done, right? And so it goes, and so it goes, and so it goes, and so it goes. And where it's going, no one knows, right? But a power dynamics are being, well, isn't it always about a power dynamic, though, one way or another, right? Even when you feel unworthy, right? When you're having a bad day, it's all about power. So go with that. Call to the healing angel of power and just say, just help me heal this power dynamic, right? I surrender my will to the divine is a great way to allow the divine to work through you. It's not so passive, though. Yeah, you got to act on your intuition and your instincts, guidance and grace. So let's move on. What do the goddesses, the divine feminine collective, half the universal energy, the divine yin, what are their voices on this in terms of what you need to be aware of within yourself, right? The yin, the internal, the emotional, mental, psychological, even the soul level of things. Breathe. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, give us a little piece of narrative here. Oh, my goddesses, there you are. Please, one card in clarity. For this Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, what do they need to be aware of this full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo, August 2020? Five of Cups. So there is some emotional upset here. Probably more than some, but this is the card of the storm. Storms pass and they clear the air. I have to say, doing emotional healing work for as long as I have, but I think I'd be done by now. But the truth is I'm an empath, so I'm clearing other people's stuff too. Great fun. Empathy for fun and profit. We are looking here at a real healing card for you. Yes, there's been a change of an emotion, and you've got a lot of power, right? This is about a power issue, so you have a lot of emotional power brewing inside of you. Are you expressing it? Are you dealing with it? Are you dealing with it in a healthy way, or is it possessing you to the point where you say and do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do? I really recommend the work of, well, Matt Kahn. He's the last card down his healing mantra deck we'll get to at the end, but also the work of Eckhart Tolle to really study the pain body. It's better news than it sounds like, because everybody has their pain, but if they don't deal with it, heal it, transform it, alchemize it from lead to gold, if you will, it ends up possessing us like a demon, and we say and do things we wouldn't imagine doing, and then later we go, I don't know what came over me, that I wasn't myself, because you weren't yourself. The pain took over. So that's what I'm getting on this one. Really, it's okay to feel what you're feeling, even when it's really, really painful. You just have to find a means through which, right? Exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. So yeah, there's a lot of emotional alchemy here for you as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the Mythic Tarot and the voices of the gods. What do you need to be aware of outside of yourself, right? We did the yin, the inner world. This would be the yang, if you will, the outer world. Or in terms of your masculine energy, the energy going out into the world, right? Your expression of this storm, perhaps, or the facade that you may put on to cover that, because Libras in particular like to look balanced, right? No matter what's going on. Tricky though. Breathe. Oh my gods. Hi. One card in you could help me speak too, that would be helpful. My gods, one card in clarity with the Mythic Tarot here. One card in clarity for this Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What's going on for them? What do they need to be aware of in their yang, right? In their outside world, their masculine energy. because with this storm going on in the yin, the Five of Cups, which is temporary, give us an idea of what they need to be aware of. Nope. Give me an idea of what they need to be aware of for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo, August 2020. They're really making me work for this one. Okay, the King of Wands, the Aries card. Now in this deck, the court cards are not ambiguous. They come right out and say what sign it is. So it's not all fire signs. It is Aries, the King of Wands. I mean, there's a ram right behind the throne that the king is sitting on. So, look, if you are being snippy, angry, impetuous, impulsive, explosive, get that your water is expressing itself with fire. This could be frustration, and if, of course, you have any kind of planets in Aries, the sign of Aries, I would look at that, but do keep in mind it's your opposite sign, right? If you put the zodiac in a circle, you look at Libra, Aries is on the other side. It's a 7th house to 1st house relationship, and 1st house is about the self. So I'm starting to think this might be you, my darlings. If not, you are being so stirred by somebody in their shadow messiah here that it's pissing you off. It's starting to irritate you, or this is a buildup of having to deal with this type of vibration from other people throughout your life that you haven't dealt with, and feels like you're gonna explode. Is the vibe on this. Now that, again, you can do that in a healthy way, and it's not just all about working out and punching a punching bag, although those things help. But it is about loving what rises. There's a way of doing this for you that is of a more healing, more graceful nature, but that doesn't mean you have to repress it either. In fact, that's what I feel like this storm is, a result of emotional repression over a long period of time. And it might have been drop by drop by drop by drop, but it's like you've hit critical mass. And certainly then there is a need for self-care. Now, again, this could be somebody acting imperious in your life as well. It's going to play itself out differently. So if this is not you, as this King of Wands, this Aries card, then you are dealing with someone in your outside world who's kind of doing this Messiah gig around you and on you, and you're sort of like, hey, you're not the only one here, right? Everybody has a say in this. And if they don't, if it's just a boss that you can't say anything about, then this is a power dynamic that you're going to have to alchemize for yourself just to stay, what? Balanced, right? What I love about these 7 card draws is the way they show it to me before I start doing the readings. Really, the first 4 cards sort of lay the foundation, right? The last 3 are really about healing and transforming it. So let's move on to the Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. 4 suits in this Love Pack, baby Love Pack, because love, baby, that's where it's at. We're looking at the suit of the problem, the suit of luck, the suit of grace, and the suit of healing. So let's see what you got here. From the voices of the Ascended Masters. Breathe. Whoa, my Ascended Masters. Wow, okay. I felt that, like heat rushing down my spine, not up it. Please, my Ascended Masters, 1 card in clarity. What is the piece of luck, the piece of healing, the piece of grace, or the piece of the problem that this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign needs to be aware of, embrace, allow for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo 2020. This one? Oh, good. All right. I get this. You got the luck card of tenderness. That this is not something that you need to stomp around and deal with, and really be tender with yourself, be gentle with yourself. This probably goes back to childhood. Just this thing of, parents and adults are supposed to have control over us when we're kids, right? So we don't wander into traffic and stick forks into electric sockets. But there's a real power dynamic at work here now that you're an adult, where you might be replaying a parental pattern. It just happens, right? Like nobody's aware of what they're carrying around in their subconscious because it's subconscious. It's not conscious, right? So to be very tender and very gentle with yourself. And as much as I love Eckhart Tolle, I'm really going to suggest that, the book's upstairs. Darn it. Oh, well. Whatever Arises, love that by Matt Kahn. Good book. His YouTube channel is really, really helpful. Because, like, for instance, you might consider yourself, for instance, a divine feminine, and you're dealing with a real toxic divine masculine. Or if really this is about a thing that you've taken on more that you can chew. And people are not taking their place in it, to just be really tender with yourself. Everybody's doing the best that they can right now, even when it deliberately looks like they're not. And that's rough, right? Things may not be as neat and symmetrical as you would like it to be right now, so just be tender and gentle with yourself. And really, once you get that cup filled, right, the tenderness of your heart filled, the innocence of your heart gently rising, then allow yourself to give of the overflow. The Aries card is a card of selfishness, but remember, selfish can mean self-love, self-care, self-approval, self-forgiveness, right? Self-healing. So with this tenderness, that there's a piece of luck there for you. So this doesn't have to be done with a jackhammer, a sledgehammer, or a lightning bolt. This can be done with a feather and gentleness. Just saying. Good. So that's the piece of luck that you need to see is here for you. The Whispers of Love Oracle, we are going to get you the voices of your higher self, right? The higher selves of all involved, technically. It feels like there's a bunch of people involved here. So let's see what it is you need, the piece of insight, information, or inspiration from the higher selves. Breathe. There we go. Oh, hi. Oh, the higher selves have all evolved. Please, one card in clarity for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo. What is the piece of inspiration, information, or insight that this Libra collective needs? Actions. Speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. So here's the thing. If you do this verbally, yes, verbally is an action, right? But then we are really looking at this Aries, that impulsive thing, right? The first sign of the zodiac, cardinal fire. Bam, like a ram. Bonk, like head bonkies. That's a cat term, head bonky. Then this is really about then you demonstrating love. Now, this could absolutely be actions speak loudly in terms of you demonstrating love for yourself. But I will say, unless you have planets in Aries, this could be a little uncomfortable for you. Libras tend to be more diplomatic, right? Balanced, right? They want to make sure that everything is balanced. But the thing about the third dimensional paradigm, and probably the fourth as well, they're still based in the dualistic paradigm, right? So as soon as you have balance, you're going to have imbalance, and then it'll imbalance, and then you'll have imbalance. It's just the way the illusion of separation works. So I can feel that, Libra, that you may be like, well, I really want to act, I really want to show my love, I really want to do this in a loving way, because if this is you, and again, it's going to play itself out differently, then you might be a little overburdened, and that's affecting you emotionally. There's still such a power dynamic going on here that this is what needs to be healed. And I'm telling you, the easiest way to do that, I should say the simplest, simple need not imply easy, is to serve humanity with humility, knowing that you don't know. And if someone says, we can't do this without you, you can turn and say, you know what, I'll do the best that I can, but I want you to do the best that you can too. Actions speak loudly. That you have an opportunity to express love here through actions, not maybe through words, which is your usual bailiwick. Yeah. Yep. Last card down, the Healing Mantra deck. Yay! It's not a divination tool, by the way, not in my opinion at least. It's a healing system. It is a healing tool, but I love it, and my clients love it, and apparently a lot of my viewers and followers, I hate that word, followers, my subscribers love it. So let's have a look-see-dooksy again from the Ascended Masters, who gave us the card of tenderness. Yes, we're double dipping with the masters, but why not? They're masters. Like, people are like, what do you mean by master? Like, I say my master's. Like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, well, they graduated. Like, they have master's degrees. Let me go to somebody who's done this already. Breathe. Although in the 8th dimension, they're us and we are them. They're looking back from the 8th dimension where they're past. Isn't that cool? Oh, time. Such a fascinating thing. Breathe. That's why you can't get it wrong, darlings. You can't get it wrong. You've never done anything wrong. It's all been about the divine plan. And when you either awaken in the dream or croak, you go, oh, virtual reality, not actual. Got it. Because we're talking about, we want to return to the greater reality by bringing the greater reality here. Breathe. That's what they wanted you to know, my Ascended Masters. Please, one card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra that this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign needs from this full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo, August 2020? Grounding my energy. Very interesting for an air sign. It is safe to be in my body. It's an interesting, I'm going to read it from the little bookie book, but grounding my energy might be exactly what is necessary in order for you to feel safe to take action, to express your love through your actions. Now look, I think it's really important that we all stay grounded during a time like we're going through on planet Earth right now, because it's really hard to feel safe in your body unless, you know, like me, you only leave the house to water the garden outside and come right back in and have everything delivered, because I live alone and I have 3 cats. So, you know, my boys, someone has to take care of them and be healthy. It is safe to be in my body. When your energy is grounded, you are no longer wrestling with the pain of the past or chasing after future outcomes, which if you're carrying that Messiah archetype, reason, season, or lifetime, you're always going after, well, it's never about the present moment. It's only what you can do in the present moment to get you to the desired outcome. You dare to demonstrate your very best attributes and qualities, no matter how you are perceived or received by others. That's a very Messiah archetype. With your energy grounded, your mind can relax as your body becomes a more enjoyable environment to inhabit. Lovely. This mantra is ideal for replacing compulsive thoughts, like what do I do? Air sign. Releasing addictive behavior, which could very much be you habitually, or again, someone you are dealing with, habitually taking power and taking control because they're the only ones who can do it. That would be an addictive behavior, a power addiction. And finding stability in a world that is so unstable. It kind of always has been, but I mean, I think we're really seeing how fragile things are in this holographic reality called life, human life on planet Earth. But this does make sense. Let me put it together for you, then I'll give you the blessing. You are dealing with the Messiah archetype, right? And it is about a power dynamic, because all archetypes are about refining power from lead to gold, from shadow to light. But emotionally, you need to be aware there's a lot churning inside of you emotionally in the internal world. In the external world, yeah, maybe you're dealing with someone who's a bit impulsive and imperious, or maybe that's you, or maybe it is time for you to really initiate something here. It does feel like if this is you, you do take a lot of action, but now is a time definitely for tenderness. And it's a lucky thing for a waning moon to take some time to sort of ramp things down, to be more gentle. And again, this Aries card could be about self-care as well, but actions speak loudly, right? So if instead of saying to people, look, I'm really taking some time to myself, and you know, I've been doing my best here and I need everybody to pitch in, and then they don't. Sometimes it's like, I'm going to demonstrate my love to them by shutting off my phone and demonstrate that love to myself by taking such a simple action. Actions speak loudly doesn't mean that, you know, you have to climb the Matterhorn. A very Aries reference, if you ask me. The goat, I mean, you know, the ram. but that it does. It's like drawing a line in the sand, right? It's like saying, I'm not your Messiah. I'm not the only one here. You all have to step up and take responsibility so that I can what? So that I can feel safe in my body. You may be dealing with emotional burnout from all of this responsibility. And what if this is you, this archetype, then it's really about healing, serving humanity with humility. If this is someone else, though, then this mantra is going to take you pretty far, because chances are you're not feeling safe with this person in charge. It is safe to be in my body, the mantra for grounding my energy. So, here's the blessing. May the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo, that they may weather the internal storm, taking the actions that they need to demonstrate their love with tenderness, and maybe impulsive leading the way if they need to, but may they also take care of themselves as they balance and heal their power, grounding their energy, feeling safe in their bodies, healing and serving humanity with humility, or dealing with one who needs to do that they may teach by example, gentle, calm, and balanced, yet with very, very strong boundaries, taking action to demonstrate their love for the well-being of all. May they be so blessed. So mote it be. And so it is. Granted, a wordy blessing, but a blessing nonetheless, and you wouldn't have it any other way, would you, my air signs? So, thank you so very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. My subscribers, thank you so very much. Comment below if any of this clicks for you. If not, it's just not your reading this time. It do happen. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo, my Liebs. I love you guys. Stay balanced the best that you can. Hail. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.